Flex Lewis here, straight out of the lair. Give us a clap.
Yeah.
There you go.
All kinds of gains.
All kinds. Yeah. After the jam, I'm ready to get sucked off.
Oh, what a start to this podcast. Straight out of the lair, the Hodge Twins, episode 3. Thank you guys for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It truly is an honor to have you guys at the gym, and I mean that sincerely. What am I saying?
Sincerely.
Oh my God, here we go. What a great start, right? I can't even, listen, bear in mind.
With that accent, it still sounds amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
As I was saying, it's great to have you here at the gym.
Right.
Yep.
But again, all jokes aside, you know, myself, Ali, all my staff, we love having you here. Not only that, you are so great to all the fans that come up to you in the middle of the set or the beginning, whatever you guys are. In your workout, you are tremendous. You take photos, you speak to people, and I've seen it too. Not only that, but you've got my respect because you turn up every single day, you put your hats back to front, and you work hard.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that. We was in Australia. I forget the name of the gym, Doherty's.
Yep.
I'm not going to mention the bodybuilder's name, but he had a bunch of fans come up to him, right? He said, hey, can I get a photo? He said, you want a photo? Meet me at the expo tomorrow.
Really? You want to say that bodybuilder's name?
No.
Well, see, he's a legend.
Oh, all right. We won't get into that then. But shout out to Tony Dougherty.
Right.
He has a phenomenal gym in Australia.
Yeah, I
which
love
you
that
guys
gym.
are trained at.
Every time I go there, I go straight to that gym.
Yeah, Tony's done a remarkable job of nurturing that gym, getting all the athletes from all over the world to come to Australia or on his own dime. Before he became the Arnold Classic Australia, he had the Australian Grand Prix, which I was the last guest poser at. In his show. And again, so shout out to Tony and you mentioning that. But listen, guys, here at, or should I say, on Straight Out of the Lair, we love to get into the mindset of the athletes, the celebrities, and kind of peel back the onion skins to get to know, you know, what gets you to tick, what gets you up in the morning, what really drives you guys. So I think we'll start from humble beginnings. Obviously, we've all done our research here. I know you guys came from Martinsville, Virginia. So tell us about your upbringing.
Hey, man, our upbringing was fucked up. No, it was fine. You fucking crazy as hell. I mean, our upbringing, we were poor.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost our father when we was 14 on our 14th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So our first house we grew up in, we didn't have a bathroom. So if him saying it was okay, no, he's lying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
Our childhood was tragic.
I mean, yeah, we grew up poor and all, but you know,
It was fucked up. We didn't have air conditioning. I had a white friend that walked into my house. He walks in, he's like, oh my God, you Negroes are crazy.
No.
It's hot as fuck in his house. I didn't know any better.
Right.
I was 19. I didn't know what air conditioning was.
yeah.
You opened the window.
Yeah, we just opened windows and
just,
had a damn Martin Luther King fan.
Yeah, you just turn the fan on and
I went to my white friend's house. I was like, why is it so cold in here? It's so hot outside. But you'll be amazed at what you get used to when you're poor and you don't.
yeah. We don't know any better. You'll be
Yeah.
amazed at what you get used to.
During the winter, we had central heating, but it didn't work.
We didn't have,
I don't know what
you don't call that wasn't central heating. That was called a furnace. Central heating.
And
It was just a furnace. It didn't do
wasn't efficient.
well. The house wasn't insulated good enough. So
I don't think that house had any.
like a damn cabin. But
So yeah, I remember during the, give me some mic action. I remember during the winter, we used to actually open up the oven to heat the house. Had no idea that I could have died from carbon monoxide.
We've done that.
All I cared about is, oh man, this feels so good.
Yeah.
Very poor, man. Like, you know how you would get excited to go back to school? Your parents bought you clothes and shit. Yeah. You get to show off your clothes. Not us. We used to go to Dollar General and Walmart, and my mom would buy us these damn jeans called Rustlers.
Hey, I want to say something. Like, everybody have the brand new Reeboks and Converse. My mama go get that white shoe polish and like paint her fucking shoes. I mean, this shit looks like paint. And this shit would start peeling and cracking off, and there's all this dirt underneath. It was like, I mean, looking back on it, it was fucked up.
And then our shoes, because I remember one year I hit a growth spurt. I grew from 5'2" to like, I think it was like 5'11". So I'm walking around school and my shoes are too small. And I got like bunions on my damn toes the size of.
You walk in, the teacher say, "Hey, when the flood coming in?" These freaking pants are like shorts now.
And I got teased.
You
a
did?
lot.
Yeah.
We got bullied a lot because I didn't have a lot of self-confidence. I was poor. I didn't have money. I mean, the house I grew up, it looked like it was haunted. Looked like if a damn swift wind blew by, that house it looked like it would just fall over.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see some clips. You can probably add it to this. It's fucking real fucked up.
Send away.
Yeah. The house we lived in, it was on a hill, and it was a green house, and it was surrounded by these trees. And in the wintertime, all the leaves would fall off the trees, so it looked spooky as hell. Remember that movie Amityville?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They said you the guys that live in the Amityville house.
Wow.
And I don't know, we had a nickname for us. They used to call us Milli Vanilli. You remember those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was that was actual friends. It was just funny.
Yeah.
They used to call us Milli Vanilli.
So you were in that house for how long? Like your whole life?
From 6 to 19 when we joined the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys been back to
I got
that
the hell
house?
out of there. I said, "Mom, I'll see you later. I'm joining the Marines."
Does your mom still live there?
No, she passed away. We actually ended up selling that house a couple days ago. My sister sold it for, I think she sold it for $5,000.
$5,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't in a great state, I'm guessing, for $5,000.
I mean, anybody with a rational mind,
Yeah, Trump would call it a shithole.
See, but how do you go from, okay, so you grew up in that situation. You're laughing about it now, right?
Yeah, I can laugh now. That shit
Yeah.
was fucked up, though.
Yeah, during
Yeah.
it, you said you got bullied, growing into schools and all of that. How did you go from that to, I want to join the Marine Corps? Was that like...
Yeah, I had an older brother. He was in the Army.
Okay.
And so that put that...
That bug
gave
in?
me the idea.
Yeah,
to join the
and
military.
he was doing good, so he was sending us like.
He's doing better than us.
So he would send us like shoes and stuff from time to time, and he was doing really well. So, and plus, when we got out of high school, a lot of our friends, they wasn't doing anything for themselves. A lot of them was getting locked up. So we decided to join the Marine Corps and get the hell out of there.
How long did you serve for?
4 years.
Thank you for your service, guys.
Thank you.
That's actually something that I found out when I was doing my research that I didn't know. So
Yeah.
I actually was telling a couple of people today that I was doing this podcast with you. And of course, they know you just like myself. And when I mentioned that you guys served in the Marine Corps, you were blown away. So I think this is podcast, this is going to open up a lot of people's minds to what you guys have achieved, where you've come from, and where you're going.
Yeah.
So the Marines, what did the Marine life teach you?
How fucking stupid I was to fucking join the Marines.
I mean, seriously, it gave us discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, it made you grow up as a man. It made you grow up quicker.
Yeah, because I didn't have a father figure in my life, and we lost our dad at a young age, 14. So having big buff white man screaming at you, you had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
Was that where you guys got into training?
Well, we was in basketball. We played basketball, so we was always athletic. We ran track. Well, I didn't run. I couldn't run very fast for a black guy, but I could jump high. So yeah, but we started lifting weights when we was in the Marine Corps. We only did for like a year, and then we seen a lot of progress, but for some reason we just quit. I don't know why, but we quit, right? We didn't quit. We just put it down for a little bit. So we lifted I think seriously for 2 years when I was in the Marine Corps. But I noticed I was getting too heavy, and while you're in the Marine Corps, me being 6'3", I think you could only weigh maybe 208.
Wow.
Or you consider overweight. So I started bulking up, I couldn't run, and so I put it down for about several years. But then we picked it back up when we put that shit down for a while. We got back into it when we was 32.
So
32, yeah.
So tell me, from leaving the Marines What was next? And how did you guys become the Hodge Twins?
Well, but I forgot to tell you, even before we joined the Marine Corps, we was vacuum cleaner salesman.
Really?
You sell Kirby's?
Yeah, sold Kirby's. Yep.
Okay.
Sold Kirby's. Keith, he could sell a Kirby. I couldn't sell it to save my life. Keith had his own van. He had Keith got promoted to bandmaster.
So, hey, sell me a vacuum cleaner right
Right,
here.
right.
Come on, I want to hear the pitch.
So Keith was he got promoted and shit. So he had like 6 people that he would go knock on the door and
Yeah, shut up. I'm talking now. Yeah, so I got promoted and I got Kevin hired. So as a van master, you just had like a crew of people underneath you. You would knock on people's house and say you want a free carpet shampoo, right? And you would give them 2 free Coca-Colas. So when I knock on your door to get inside, say, hey, you just won 2 free Coca-Colas. They're like, oh my God, really? I was like, yeah. Now I'm gonna come in and clean your carpet. This like, okay, so it was like a ruse to get in your house.
Yeah.
But once you get in the house, I would just leave somebody there, one of the people that was working underneath me. They'd demonstrate the vacuum, and then I would come back about an hour later with my sales pitch.
This sounds like an episode from Pornhub.
I fast forward
Hello,
past that part.
I'm the vacuum cleaner guy. I got some coke.
Did you used to smear shit in people's carpet and then clean it?
Yeah. We used to do all kinds of shit. But I did that job for a couple years, and then Kevin got us fired.
Oh,
Because I let him borrow the company van. He wanted to go see this girl.
I want to get some pussy. So I take the van, right? I drive down there, right? Didn't even get no pussy, right? I'm coming back home, I'm fucking pissed. And I remember the radio in the van, it was a Ford Aerostar van. Didn't have a radio in there. So I had this boom box. So I get the boom box in there for music, because from we was living in Lynchburg, Virginia at the time, and then traveled back to Martinsville. That's like, what, a 4-hour drive, Key? It was like 4 hours, right? So
That damn long?
How long?
It's about 2 hours, man.
Well, it's like 4 hours without a radio. So on the way back, the boom box falls, right? I'm like, oh, shit. I remember I was playing Jodeci.
Yeah.
And it fell, and I reached for it.
Yeah.
And when I reached for it, I didn't realize how to turn the steering wheel.
Oh, shit.
And I was going over a bridge, and I went over an embankment, flipped that bitch like, I think that bitch flipped about 3 times.
Really?
I can still remember that damn radio in the air, and I'm like, oh, screaming, right? Like I'm gonna fucking die. And then the car stops, and then I'm fucking just shaking because that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So I broke every axle. The thing's totaled. That van looked like King Kong kicked that bitch. So I called Keith. I walked to a payphone because those times you didn't have cell phones. So I called Keith. I said, hey, Keith, man, damn, man, I almost died. and then shut up. And then I was like, well, how's the van? That's the company van.
Yeah.
He's like, man, fuck that van. I almost died. I was like, no, fuck you. How's the van? Yeah. He said, man, look like King Kong kicked that bitch. I was like, I said, I'm going to get fired, right? He said, man, fuck you, man. I almost died.
And then you went to the Marine Corps.
Yeah, so we ended up getting fired, and that's how we ended up going to the Marine Corps. We was going to do it right out of high school, but something came up.
Actually, we joined the Marine Corps, but we got the we started second guessing it, and we didn't go in. So we started selling vacuum cleaners, and then after that incident with the vacuum cleaner and me told her in the van, we decided
You were on the run.
You guys did all right. Kirby isn't around, so.
Yeah.
You can still buy them.
Can you?
Yeah, you can still. You go in these. I was about to buy one actually about 3 months ago. But yeah, you can still buy them. I think they still go door to door selling them.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
Where?
You don't think so?
I don't know.
So,
I'm just speculating.
so where did you guys? What part in this conversation in life did you guys go to college? Because you guys are accountants, right? You've got degrees in being accountants.
Yeah. We went on to an online university. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like University of Phoenix. I think we was around in our early 30s when we did that.
This is after the Marines?
Yeah, this is after the Marines, after we got out, and I didn't. We really didn't have much going for us. You know, we got jobs as security guards. We couldn't find good paying jobs, so we went to school and got degrees in accounting, and I was actually halfway to my master's for accounting, right? But when I go out and apply for jobs, and I something like that, I got a college degree, and it's like, but you have no experience, so I'll start you off at $10.50. I'm like. So I dropped out of DeVry. I was like, fuck this. I'm going into debt for all this, and you're going to pay me what? It's like.
You paid it. Well, I'm almost done paying my loans. Only owe like another.
That's wild.
Like $11,000. Yeah.
Damn.
I think I got a bachelor's degree in accounting. I was I think I took like maybe 3 courses towards my master's degree, and then we said, "Nah, you know what? This shit's a racket."
So you guys, though, you had a job, though, right, as a CPA, if I read that right?
I had a job in accounting.
Yeah.
I fucked their books all up. I mean, I didn't fuck it up, but I was learning. You knew you. A lot of people think when you get a college degree in something, you think you know everything until you don't know anything until you actually apply what you learn.
Yeah.
And accounting, when it comes to accounting, it's different information systems, it's different programs. So whatever you learn in college, you got to then learn how to apply it.
Yeah.
So
then, YouTube, I'm guessing, right?
It was 2008.
yeah, we was working. Actually, at that time, I was at my cubicle. Me and Keith had these jobs as insurance adjusters, and Keith came to my desk. He says, "Hey man, you know what we can do? Let's be comedians." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm busy. I got shit I got to do. You talk about being fucking comedians? I thought you would be an accountant, right?"
Yeah.
No, I didn't come up and say I wanted to be comedians.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said, hey, let's start a YouTube channel.
No, I didn't even know what the fuck YouTube was.
Yeah. We said I came up to him and said, let's start a YouTube channel. We can make it funny.
Yeah.
And because I heard people was making money doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just wanted enough money to like
What?
like to pay my car payment on time, keep my lights on because I wasn't doing too good financially. And meanwhile, while we was doing the YouTube, we didn't have much time to do it because we had full-time jobs. So we would do it on our lunch break at work as an insurance adjuster.
Okay.
But
What insurance company was that?
man, shut up. I'm telling them. We worked at AAA, right, of Southern California. That's where we was living at the time. And while we were doing our videos, we would use profanity. And we was doing it at work. But it was in like an empty conference room. No, you didn't see no signage or anything. I could have been anywhere. But because we was doing it at work, HR came and interviewed us and fired us.
How did they find out about you guys?
Some dumbass, hold on.
Some jackass we did a video with that also worked there.
Yeah.
He got passed on. He got passed up for a promotion. So he went on YouTube and started fucking bitching about the company, right?
No.
So HR found out about it. They went to his YouTube channel. Right underneath his videos he was doing with us. And then the videos we did with us, our videos that we was doing on our own showed up. And so they started, they sat us down and talked to us. And they pretty much fired us because we was using profanity. But even though nobody knew where we was at, nobody knew where we worked, they took an opportunity because at that time the economy had just went downhill. So
What year was this?
2008, right?
Just I would say 2000.
Around 2000.
Yeah, 2009, 2008, 2010, somewhere in there. So they used the opportunity to get, shed the dead weight, I guess, because they was overstaffed.
Right. But the great thing about that was when we got fired is we qualified for unemployment.
Okay.
So we had a year. I was looking for another job at the time, but we was like, let's see if we can make this YouTube work, right? So we had a year of unemployment to work with. And I would say like 7, 8, 9 months into it, we started actually earning decent cash from it. And then by the time my unemployment was up, we could just transition to just keep doing YouTube full time.
But we're not promoting using unemployment and YouTube startups.
No.
This podcast.
It was just fate, I guess. I don't know. Everything worked out because if we didn't get fired from the job, we'd have never did YouTube. If I didn't get the unemployment, I would have had to go find a job because it takes a lot of time. Hey man, I'm doing some talking over here.
The money that we was earning while we was on unemployment from YouTube is like $50, $100.
Yeah.
By the time unemployment ran out, it was something around, I think, like maybe $2,500. But it's like everything aligned at the perfect opportunity. And we didn't do like by the time we didn't do like fraud, like defraud the government or anything like that. It just people in the past said, hey, look, they're admitting to fraud. These guys was on unemployment while they was doing YouTube and make money. Yeah, I was making money, but it was nothing to cry about. I couldn't even buy a pack of cigarettes with the money I made.
Yeah, you guys got to watch because you were in the firing line with, with the left. So,
right.
But I will say this though. Again, this is probably the era that I found out about you guys, where you were kind of going around and eating and sampling different things. I think so tell me what the timeline was and what you were doing when you started making that $2,500. Was it the videos in the car where you were going to Wendy's and doing different pre-workouts, or was that later on?
Oh, that's much later on.
Okay.
The videos we were doing at the time when we was on unemployment was more or less around current events and, things that was happening in the news. The eating videos and the fitness videos came much later. I would say about 18, maybe 12 months.
About a year later.
Yeah, about a year later. About a year later. Yeah.
So you started off with what, though? Focusing on what genre?
Just current events, whatever is crazy going on in the news, that's what we're doing. And then we was like kind of every once in a while we'll put up a workout video, right?
Right.
And then people's like, hey man, why don't you start a fitness channel? I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. Even though at the time I had just a basic understanding of fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, we were saying some of the dumbest shit.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Like the shit that we learned was from the bodybuilder magazines.
Yeah.
Right? So I was just regurgitating that bullshit, right?
Right.
Like, so I remember one time I was reading I think it was a Muscle Fitness, how this bodybuilder, before his workout, he would drink 2 scoops of protein, right? Yeah. Whey protein. Then after, there's some bitch drunk a glass of grape juice with some creatine. Okay. I did that shit, threw up all that protein. Oh my God. Threw up all the crap. How does he do this shit?
Yeah.
Just straight sugar.
Do you know this guy who
I can't remember the names, but it was an article inside like a muscular development or
I think it was a Welsh guy.
Bro, I think his name was Flex or something.
Yeah.
Flex Wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flex Wheeler.
No offense, Flex.
The only black Welsh guy you'll ever find.
Yeah, we all know you don't like grape. That's Kai.
So all the information we were sharing in our videos is what we read and learned through the bodybuilder magazines.
Got you. So,
but I have a question. So, at what point did you feel like, wow, this is what I'm going to do full time? Like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. Because obviously you said you went into it, you had no idea, right? That
no idea.
Was it your goal to be huge on YouTube when you started?
Our goal was just to make ends meet.
Right.
I wanted to buy nice things for my wife. My wife was walking around the house looking crazy. Hair was fucked up, nails wasn't done or anything like that.
His wife was walking around the house looking like an illegal immigrant.
Tell them where your wife's from. She's from Mexico City.
Yeah,
right.
She was walking around like she just got here.
Oh,
she walked 2,000 miles in a caravan. My wife's the same way. We didn't.
His wife's from Guadalajara.
Yeah.
So
Jalisco.
Whatever, Jalisco. Who gives a shit? It's Mexico. So we was never we didn't start YouTube to be rich and famous or anything like that. Cause me and Keith.
Yeah, shut up. Let me do some talking. Hey, no, it just kind of crept up on us. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
it didn't happen overnight. It just built on itself for like weeks, months, and all of a sudden it was like, wow, man, we're fuck. This is crazy. I ain't got no boss or anything. I just wake up and shoot YouTube videos.
Right.
But again, it didn't happen overnight. It was a process. It didn't come all at once.
When did it hit you though? Were you like food shopping and someone's like, oh my God, I know who they are?
Yeah, it kind of hits you like when you was out in town, people want to take pictures with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is crazy. It's like wherever I went, it was like people knew who I was, which was really weird. Like when we went to Australia and met you for the first time, that was like a shocking experience. I was like, man, all these people know us in Australia. That was like really freaking weird.
Yeah.
You were so nervous meeting me, I remember.
I was shaking, man. I thought I just fucking flexed right there.
That's the fucker that I drunk the grape juice about.
That's that fucking told me to drink grape juice for my creatine.
Oh, but no, you guys have done an absolute phenomenal job. And whether, again, I think more than anything else, it's been so organic, from hearing it from the outside in. But what I've noticed, or should I say not noticed, what I've seen is you guys have kind of been given the expert tag on many things. Obviously, you kind of fell into the expert trainer or online trainer, which people kind of listened with a tongue in cheek, humor as well. And then I remember jumping on one of your YouTubes quite some time later, and you were doing relationship advice, which is absolutely hilarious. How the hell did you go from training to relationship advice?
Our fans, when we was doing current events, hey, y'all pretty fit. Y'all always talking about fitness once you start a fitness channel. So we started the fitness channel, and then, every now and then we'll go into relationships on our fitness channel and say, hey, why don't y'all start a relationship channel? So that's how everything that we were doing back in those days with the relationships, fitness and all that, all it was recommended by the people who subscribed to us on YouTube. So
can you remember any of the advice you gave anybody back then? The craziest advice did you give?
This dude sent us an email, said his
come on,
his mom,
PG, bro. Come on,
his mom married another guy, and the guy already had a daughter, and he had the hots for her. So he asked us, "Hey, I have a stepsister that I'm fucking hot, it's hot." And
so we did a video on it. I think that video ended up getting like 3 million views.
Wow!
Because we said if. It's still up on YouTube. What's the name of it? Should I have sex with my stepsister? And so we gave him advice like, if it was us, we'd be tag teaming our ass.
Oh, jeez.
Right? And so we're in the video just like busting nuts the whole time.
Hit the boom button.
And that video was like, people's like, oh my God, I can't believe these guys are actually saying this in this video. But it was like we really didn't care if you noticed like our videos. It's like we didn't care what other people thought of us. We just wanted to be ourselves.
Yeah.
So people thought that was like funny but crazy that you're actually giving somebody advice to have sex with their stepsister. Wow. And we said it's like she's not blood.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand your mom married another guy and he had a daughter already, but man, she's fine and she wants to get fucked. I'm gonna leave them nuts hanging out.
So we told him, I said, it's just a piece of paper. If you can let a piece of paper come between you and some pussy, then you're a fucking moron. That's what we.
And do you know what happened? Was there any follow up in that?
No.
Well, you probably fucked her.
You need a follow up.
Yeah, we need a follow up. So if you are that guy or you are that girl and you're listening to this podcast,
comment below
and let us know what happened.
You don't know how much hate we got for that.
Really?
I was like, yeah.
No, I mean,
it's like a Maury episode though.
Yeah.
Like that's been aired.
I can see if it's your sister, y'all share one of the same parents, but I mean, this woman was developed by two other beings. They're not blood related. So, I mean, maybe I'm just a sick fuck.
Was that episode sponsored by Pornhub?
No.
No, it would be. Yeah, but I remember obviously the food videos too. I think one of the biggest videos you have is you guys eating noodles in the fucking car. It's like 7 million views.
Yeah.
So how the hell do we get 7 million views on that episode?
Well, YouTube is a trend. If you follow the trend, it can be your friend. So people are doing these videos on spicy noodles and getting, so if you do a video, you're automatically going to get a lot of views. So whatever's trending on YouTube, if you hop on it, especially when something first takes off, if it takes off, jump on the bandwagon. That's how you get yourself out there. Whatever's like when we first started doing current events, if you can jump on a topic that's trending and everybody's talking about it, like you could get a lot of views. Just, like for example, that whole incident with Chris Rock and Will Smith. Right. If you didn't have one subscriber, if you created a YouTube channel and just talked about it, you're automatically going to get thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even 1 million views on a video. Wow. So that's the best way if you're going to start a podcast or anything on YouTube, if you can jump on a trend.
It's great advice.
It could be your friend,
So great advice for everybody who's watching, obviously. So let me ask you that also. Do you have or have you had anybody in the past give you advice, or is this all self-taught?
All trial and error for us.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know what the hell we was doing. We just did it, and then when you do something, you see that it went wrong or what you did wrong, you just learn from it.
Yeah.
Everything was through trial and error.
So the transition from comedy, food, athlete into politics, how did that happen?
That's all by mistake, really. We just saw this video on it was on YouTube where this kid was sitting in a Whataburger. I think it was in Texas, and I guess he's wearing the MAGA hat.
Yeah.
It's just this frail white kid. I mean,
I think it was like 10 or 11, right?
yeah, I can't remember, but I think he was a teenager, right? So I don't know. I guess it was a Latino guy got pissed off there, was wearing the hat, and he went up to the guy, took his drink, threw it in his face, and took his hat and left. So we decided to do a video on it. And we was just going to do that one video, and we put it up on Instagram. And when we put that video up on Instagram, we lost, I would say, around 20,000 followers that day.
Wow. One
And
day?
people were like, yeah, in one day, man, that shit was like in a couple hours, right?
Wow, really?
Yeah, because we had around 500,000
Yeah.
at the time on Instagram. And we just came in neutral. We didn't pick any sides. I was like, man, just wearing a hat, you shouldn't be attacked for wearing a hat. If somebody was wearing an Obama hat, you shouldn't attack that person just because you don't like Obama. You shouldn't be attacked for that.
But the main reason why that person was attacking, nobody's addressing why that kid was attacked, is because everybody sees that hat as the new symbol for the KKK. So when we did our video about that topic, everybody thought we was like, race traitors, that we're racist,
Damn.
that we didn't like being black, because the TV's taught people, hey, that hat is a symbol for racism.
Yeah.
That kid that attacked that white kid for wearing that, he didn't know any better. He just turned on the TV and saw, people speaking negatively about that hat and gave it evil connotations that is filled with racism, which is not. It's just, when people talk about Donald Trump, is more about politics than anything. It's just, they say things just because they want to vote. They didn't know how damning or how the sense of the gravity of the situation, and you telling people that something is a symbol, even though you might not mean it or think that, you just
No, they meant it. They just said it was a symbol of white supremacy. That's why he was attacked. I mean, they still saying it today, that he's a white supremacist. So, but anyway, we got pissed off that it pissed off so many of our fans, and it's like, I'm unsubscribed, I'm not watching you guys no more. So I said, you know what, fuck you motherfuckers. From now on, I'm doing political videos every day. Fuck all you liberal, cocksucking, dick-licking, ball-licking, freaking, I don't want you on my channel. So we did politics.
You did say that. You said, fuck them niggas.
So we just kept doing the political videos, because I was like, I don't want these people following us, right? I don't want them to follow us. I mean, I was just pissed off. I was ready to commit career suicide, right? I didn't give a shit. But we had no idea it was going to take off the way it did, because now we're more popular than we ever have been,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can't.
So it was a blessing in disguise, man.
Yeah.
Every time Keith gets real upset, something goes viral. Like that, that saying, do whatever the fuck you want to do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chief, we did a video, we gave advice, and people was going ham on the comments. So Keith did a video, came back and says, it's just fucking advice. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Nothing. He wasn't playing or anything.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
became something.
And it became something.
Yeah.
In all the videos.
That
Yeah.
one saying we got, making all kinds of gains, I was following Keith out to the car, and that's the first time I ever said that.
Really?
Yeah,
In that
and-
voice?
Yeah. I said, Keith, make it up. I didn't even think I just said it.
Yeah.
And then it just,
It became. And obviously, you guys now, just going back to you saying about the politics side of things, so that obviously blew up. You guys now have become something. You guys, this is one thing about you guys. You just make me laugh, because you're always giggling. You're always in great. You've always got great energy.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was saying with the politics side of things, you now have really paved and become such a unicorn in a world where people have been using race to get a point, right? Like, I could say something, and then when the ignorant people have nothing else to combat anything, or they're so confident in their views, and once you blow the ideology, then they're like, you're racist.
Right.
They can't use that kind
That's
of
that. That's that ace in the hole. They will always use that card.
And yes.
They will always use that card.
And
They say it every election, every time when somebody's running for a governor or a president, or the first thing the Democrats going to say is the other side's racist.
Yeah, they use that same argument against us. But they had to spin it. Oh, you hate being black, don't you?
Come on.
Yeah, you're a race traitor. You want to be white. You want to have some white friends. You want to join the Klan. It's just like, man, it's like at this point in time in history, if you can like sit back and call yourself a Democrat, you gotta be one of the stupidest motherfuckers. You gotta be brain dead. Because whenever somebody's Republican runs for office, whether it's president, governor, anything, what do they say? He's a racist and he rapes women. I mean, where are y'all finding all these racist people that's raping women and just racist? It's like they keep falling for it. I don't get it. They call us the black face of white supremacy.
Come on, really?
I'm not lying. Yeah, we're the black face of white supremacy. Like Larry Elder, when he ran for governor in California, they called him the black face of white supremacy.
Because they got nothing else.
They got nothing else.
Nothing else. So that's the card.
But
that card is so strong.
Yeah.
Right. That card is so strong. And again, we have Ali's best friend. Ali's best friend. Yesterday, indirectly suffered with racial abuse on a plane on Delta. And I lost my shit this morning driving in. I heard she messaged me, and one of the passengers directed his ignorance and his lack of knowledge in any argument to then finding a way of not being able to deliver what he had to say, and then straight away went to be racially abusing this poor woman.
This flight attendant.
For this flight attendant.
Yeah.
And indirectly then started picking out anybody else that wasn't white on the plane and started abusing them too.
Yeah.
And I said, this is 2022. Even in the hottest of arguments, I don't even have that card in me to even reach for.
Yeah.
And everybody said, it doesn't matter. I don't want to dig this hole, but for me, like, you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
If you are using that card in 2022, I don't care what you say. Like,
You're
what
a very
does the
small
color
human
of your
being.
skin have to do with it? If you're a prick, you're a prick, right? But if you're going there, that means you are an absolute cunt. I don't care. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I have nothing. That bone is not even in my body.
Right.
So the fact that they're using, again with politics, and they're using this against you guys when, you're kind of dispelling a lot of the, again, ideologies of the left, and again, they have nothing really to other than spin it on you.
Yeah, I think it's one of our. I mean, after that video we did about the kid being attacked for wearing a MAGA hat, I think, it put a flame under us. I mean, I really wanted to because we have been conservative for years. I even voted for Mitt Romney. That's how bad I hated Obama. And I tell everybody the reason why I'm conservative today is because of Obama. He opened my eyes because. As he was the first black president of the United States, I would think, we could all come together and say, hey, this country's no longer, you can say this country's systemically racist or look down upon blacks. But when Obama got elected, the first thing that comes out of that man's mouth is said, this country's racist, which is impossible because how can a black man become president 2 terms to beat a white man and a white woman when 70% of the population of the United States is white? It's statistically impossible for this country to be systematically racist. So.
Yeah, but once Obama got in office, and I think this country took a turn for the worse. Honestly, a lot of things.
That's when everything started going downhill.
Was it hard to accept being polarizing, or was it actually kind of enjoyable?
Well, us growing up, I mean, I always worried about people, what they thought about me.
Right.
Because, growing up being poor and you didn't have nice clothes, you never had any money. So I always worried about that. I got to a point in my life that I just don't give a fuck anymore. So I'm going to share my opinions. I'm going to be myself. If you don't like it. So
I mean, we didn't even realize we were being polarizing. We just felt like we was being honest.
Being black and Republican is polarized.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of stuff, the stuff we say, is like a lot of people are thinking it. They just don't say it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's what resonates with so many people. They like that we have the courage and bravery to come out there and say what we really feel.
And thank you for that, by the way, guys. I'm sure you've taken a lot of shit.
Oh
for doing
yeah,
that.
and we troll black people too. So
Well, and sadly, I say polarizing because unfortunately, you can't really say anything,
Right,
and have a
nowadays.
point of view, right, politically, and not be criticized.
right,
Right.
especially if you're black and Republican. I mean, it man,
Especially if you white and Republican. You can't say shit. You actually can't say anything. You gotta like,
Tiptoe.
fuck it.
Yeah, you gotta walk. You can walk on eggshells, right? You gotta really
Right.
pick and choose what you can say. And what,
But this platform that you have now, right? Like you didn't go in. It seems like everything you've done. Not that you stumbled into it, but it wasn't. You didn't have my goal is to be a YouTube. Have a huge YouTube following. So now you have this huge platform. So how does that feel versus the videos you were making before? Like the thought process that goes into the videos. Is it the same thing? Like I don't give a fuck.
it's the same, but I would say this. I think me and Keith has grown a lot since our fitness days and our current events days. So.
Yeah.
Which we're growing in a better way. I mean, I still look at those videos and laugh like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did that or said that, but.
hey, Keith, what are you working on? Because I know the viewers are going to be asking. It seems like you're doing something over
He's
there.
busy, shows, agents, reaching out to her. It's like, from my day-to-day schedule, it's like nonstop. It's like I have no time to do anything.
Yeah, and that's what I want to bring up because prior to us coming in here and jumping on live, and that's one of the reasons why I brought up what you're doing, Keith, because I know what he's doing. I can see from his phone. You guys are fucking slammed. You've got a tour coming up, and you're on the road for a couple of months. Tell us, guys, all about the tour. This is
like
this is it. Go.
you can
for
buy tickets at HodgeTwinsTour.com, but we got all kinds of shows coming up.
All kinds.
Our next show is in Paragould, Arkansas, but we're going all over Texas, back to California, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. I mean, we just came back from Montana and Idaho. We've been all over the place. We've got all kinds of shows coming.
And what can we expect if for the viewers that don't know or haven't been to one of your shows? What is it consist?
Well, it's a stand-up comedy show, but it's politically based because that's what's really driving my crowds right now. It's they really come out and support.
Yeah.
Some of our longtime fans that's been in the fitness that's conservative now, they show up, but it's politically based. We're just making jokes and shit about what's going on in the world today, politically.
But with comedy, were you always funny? Were you like the two funny people, in high school and all throughout life? Or was this something that you just...
No, not really. We was awkward. We didn't have any friends.
No?
We just stayed to each other. I mean, I think we all always came off like naturally funny.
Yeah.
But being on stage, that's something you really got to work on. It's like when you see people do it on stage and then get up there and do it yourself, it's like, man, it's definitely a skill. It's like a science.
Yeah.
Being a comedian is probably... It's very difficult, very, very difficult. But a lot of people have this misconception about comedians that they're geniuses and that they're fucking like really bright people. Most of them are fucking idiots. Especially the fucking liberal ones. They're fucking morons. But but when you see somebody, when they're doing that comedy special, Netflix, they've told that joke at least 100 times.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Like they might be interacting with the crowd doing a Q&A. They've answered that question 100 times. So you come off like you're fucking Jordan Peterson.
Right.
But really you fucking Tyrone from Chicago. They have no idea.
So do you guys any training prior to doing your first ever stand up? Did you seek
We
anything?
just I read a book and then me and my brother, we threw ourselves to the wolves. Our very first shows we did was at the LA Convention Center during our fitness expo.
Yeah, it was at a fitness expo.
Wow.
It was the
LA
LA
Fit?
Fit Expo.
Yeah.
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 It was at the LA Fit.
So what book did you read? I'm very interested in this.
I can't even name the book. They gave...
Telling jokes for dummies.
I got more respect for myself to that. I don't see why people go to the Barnes and Noble, learn computers for dummies. You're calling yourself a dummy, right? So I have more respect for myself than
Fair
that.
enough.
So I read up a couple books, listened, and the biggest thing about being a comedian is the joke has got to be a surprise. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a surprise. It's got to be, we call them left turns. You say something to take your audience over here.
Yeah.
He just said he takes left turns.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, the left turns are the best because when you go left, it's fucking nuts, right? So you wanna the best way I can explain it, being a comedian, is you wanna start them here, and then you wanna gradually take them over here, and then kabam, or you wanna be going straight, right? You're telling a joke. Shut up. You're telling a joke. They think you're gonna go left. They think you're gonna go right, but you fucking keep straight. It's the surprise that creates the laughter in the joke.
Do you guys ever have the no? I want to fucking deliver the punchline. That kind of argument between yourselves. I want to deliver the joke.
Some jokes I deliver better than Keith, and some jokes Keith delivers.
So
Some jokes are suitable for Keith.
Got you.
You guys ever deal with hecklers at all?
Yeah, but a heckler. Majority of hecklers don't even know they're hecklers. They're just such big fans and they want to blurt out and show their support.
Yeah.
So you just whenever every show is always a drunk lady from head to toe, Trump.
Wow.
Right? So you just make them part of the show. They're there to have fun. You make them part of the show. I don't belittle anybody unless they're like fucking liberal, or they're just saying the most stupidest fucking shit.
Right.
So have you ever had one of them stupid as shit hecklers say anything, or what would they say?
Yeah, I remember we had a show in North Carolina. We had just came out of the closet as conservative. And this black guy, I was referring to Democrats. It's Democrats. He says, no, it's progressive. He kept saying, it's progressive, it's progressive.
Was it
Right?
insurance?
This is a black guy.
Yeah.
And then I said, I don't give a shit if you, what I tell him? I said, you could take a big pile of shit, throw it up in the air and call it sunshine. It's still shit.
Yeah.
He got pissed and he walked out.
That's not that bad in retrospect. I've seen
Most hecklers, man, once you hit them
go
direct
hard.
on, they run away they run.
I seen the other day, obviously Dave Chappelle had somebody come up on stage and that guy got fucked up. But I seen something recently where somebody else got on stage and one of the guys, he was in Detroit.
Was this the guy who swung on him?
He tried to do something. He's like, yo.
Oh, yeah,
shot him
this
his pistol.
Yeah.
And the guy run.
Yeah.
I don't know why you brought that up, but it sounded good for this point in time. But either
Right.
way, what I like about you guys is the timing that you guys have, and it's been so consistent over the years, from in the car to who like this now. The fact that you guys are sharing a mic. If you guys had a mic each, I think it wouldn't have been as funny just to see how you. Shut up! Give it to me. You know?
Right.
But this is what makes you guys, and the timing, is that something that is kind of, because you're twins, you know exactly what the other one is going to be finishing the sentence off?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
That's the whole twin thing, because we've been each other's best friend our whole life. So I already know what he's thinking when I see something, and I'm like, we just look at each other. We don't have to say nothing. We know what we both thinking. It's just like we see a hot girl. I'll be like, yes. I look at my brother. Already saw the bitch. So it's just a lot of twin intuition.
Yeah.
So sometimes I finish his sentence, sometimes he'll finish mine, because we both thinking the exact same thing.
Also, I read somewhere, doing my research, that you have a unique house, like that's kind of joined together with the families. Is that you still living in that house?
That's in Virginia. We bought townhomes. In Bristol, Virginia. So we had that's the first home I ever bought.
Right.
And we decided to get townhomes.
Yeah.
So I still have them. I rent them out.
Yeah.
So.
And just mentioning the family too, you guys have been married for over 15 years, or what is it?
Over 20. 22 years.
Wikipedia, sort out your timelines.
Yeah. Wikipedia's got so much misinformation.
Yeah. We obviously, myself and my wife, we went through a lot of different things, and we kind of deciphered what was real and what was wrong. And I'm very impressed to just see how good you guys have how you've handled social media to keep your family out of the limelight. I have a mad respect for that. Us as a family, my daughter is now 6, and she grew up through the industry, and if I don't post her over a couple of weeks, people start getting pissy. Like, where is she? And we want to see her. And obviously now we have a 3-week-old. So everyone wanted to see the whole process, when Ali got pregnant, to keeping everybody in the loop. And kind of that's how my life is, Social media for us me in particular,
Right.
Ali kind of, is not as prevalent as I am on posting. But if I don't post anything about the family, people start asking questions, and it's not about training. It's more so they get more aggressive. It's like, hey, enough about the training. How's your daughter? And what's happening with Ali? So you guys have done a great job of keeping wives and your kids off. And tell me about your families, guys. It's very interesting to me that you've done this.
Whenever you're an influencer of any kind, whether it's fitness, politics, or just being just a basic online comedian, I mean, your social media can turn your whole life into a reality show if you're not careful. And some people thrive in it. Some people, it could just ruin your relationship. I've seen countless YouTubers that were in relationships, millions of views, but over time it begins to warn you, because that job that being a social media influencer, it turns into a 24/7 job, and it starts to wear in relationship. And so we decided to keep our family out of there. Every now and then my wife will call and say something stupid when I'm doing an eating video, but I keep it to that. I mean, we used to do a lot of vlogging. I would show my kids and things like that. Nowadays, I wouldn't dare share anything because of my political views, and people are nuts. So I wouldn't want to make my kids a target for somebody else's stupidity.
Yeah.
Right.
Do their friends know?
They don't know. They think that their dad is a janitor.
Yeah, that's like my youngest son. I mean, I told him when he go to school, he's been homeschooled now, actually here in Vegas. But when he was in school, I told him just don't tell anybody who your dad is. Just tell him I'm a fucking janitor or something. But I just want them to be kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do on Parents' Day when you guys have to turn up at the school?
I didn't fucking show up. Like my wife's got orientation for my daughter. She's going to start high school. I was like, I'm not going, because the last thing I need is for somebody to know who I am and hates my politics and they take it out on my kid.
That's true.
Right.
Because people are, when it comes to politics, it shouldn't be about, I mean, I dislike people on the left and the things they say, like AOC, but if I saw them in person, I would be the nicest gentleman they would ever meet.
As I've seen many times.
Yeah. So I could care. I know I have certain opinions and views on things, but that's where it stops.
Yeah.
I don't make it personal.
Yeah.
Is there
a lot
anything?
of people make it personal when it comes.
Is there anything you guys won't touch on? Like, is there any no-fly zone for you guys?
I don't think so. I remember we did a video about this dude getting attacked by a bear.
A bear? It's a Khabib?
Bear fucked him up.
Did he really?
And we're making jokes laughing about this shit. He said,
No, what happened was he was out jogging. It was like Montana or some shit, I think. And I was like, and he was jogging. He said, yeah, this bear came out and was fucking me up. I took out my bear mace. Yeah, whenever you jog, make sure you got a can of bear mace with you, right? And I was like, you stupid fuck. And then he keeps jogging. After the bear takes off, he runs into the bear again.
Shut up, bro. Pissed.
So the bear's whooping his ass again. I was like, dude, I mean, get a treadmill, and I wouldn't go out knowing there's bears around, and I'm going to go jogging with a can of bear mace. It is funny because the first time he sees the bear mauls the beats the shit out of him. He's blood all over the place, and he's filming it. Yeah. Say, if it wasn't for this bear mace, I'd be dead right now, right?
He's filming this whole...
He filmed it, right? And then he's coming back. Guess who? He runs into the bear. The bear whoops his ass again.
Pissed.
Yeah. He says, man, this bear mace is great. He's bloody from head to toe.
I was going to say, he's sponsored by Bear Mace.
Or he creates it.
He's bloody from head to toe.
Yeah.
But he said the bear mace works.
Shout out Bear Mace.
Yeah, man. Oh,
so, yeah, we've touched some very sensitive topics. And
I just mean, there are certain things that some comedians have been ostracized for saying, right? Mm-hmm. Certain groups of people who seem to really have a strong following.
Oh, man, our shows have been banned by the LGBTQ community because they say we're homophobic. Yeah. We've had a couple of Native Americans protest us.
really?
It's fucking stupid.
Because we made a Native American joke.
Which was?
It was something along. Remember, Dave Chappelle thought all the Indians were dead. Mm-hmm. So we made a joke, something similar to that. Like, man, I didn't think you guys were still alive. I thought white people killed all of you people. And it was just, I can't remember the context what I said it, but it was actually pretty funny. That was kind of brutal what I said. But we did that joke and we had a show in Charlotte or something, North Carolina somewhere, and they were out protesting our shows. They had let me do some talking, and they had a sign up, and he said, "We're still alive."
That's what they said.
It was like 3 Indians. It was a guy, a woman, and a little kid.
All 3 of them. The three
it was just 3 of them there. And they had signs like, "We're still alive."
Yeah, but we was being facetious. I knew you fucking still alive.
But let's be honest, though, jokes right now as a comedian, you really can't say what you want to say. You really have to write. If you write the joke, you have to look at it again, look at it again, and think, "Fuck it. This is going to make my career or end my career." Oh, well, it's not even going to make my career. It's just going to have a momentary laugh. Or it could, as you
could definitely get 8 ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
we talk about all the stuff that the left's doing, but our jokes, it don't. Person like Dave Chappelle, when he did his comedy special, it didn't come off hateful. So when we do jokes, we may criticize a group of people, but we don't do it in hate. We just criticize them because, we think your ideas are stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
But we're not being hateful about it. We're just pointing out how it's not very bright and you're being hypocritical. You know what I mean? But we don't come off hateful. So we just try to stay away from the jokes that comes off as hateful.
Yeah.
And we just try to point out.
Yeah, we don't put nobody down for being who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always poke fun at you or make light of a situation, but we'll never put somebody down for who they are and what they believe in.
Yeah.
We try our best not to do that.
Right.
It's interesting, though, because comedy is one of those things. It's, you're supposed to laugh at yourself, right?
Right.
That's the idea.
Self-deprecating, yeah.
Yeah, like you should talk shit to me and I should laugh at it. But we've gotten in this strange place where that's somewhat impossible for certain people, right? They
Right,
can't
like
laugh at themselves.
LGBTQ, you can't joke about them. Even if it's in good light and good taste, you're considered homophobic, which I don't give a fuck. I still make joke about them.
Right.
But it's just some people, they have to realize just, this is a comedy show and it's just we're laughing at everybody. I make fun at black, white, Latino, LGBTQ. I make fun of everybody. It's just to make people laugh. It's just to point out stupid differences and opinions, and we just make fun of one another. Like the jokes that I share on stage about it being LGBTQ or trans or anything, I'm not putting them down and not in the least. I'm just making fun of this situation.
If you can laugh at you, then
yeah, I'm fucking making fun of myself too. It's like, who wants to go to stage and hear somebody making jokes about themselves?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just to have a good time and people, forget what's going on outside. It's just, I just want some free space, a little area where we can just don't give a fuck what's going on outside those doors. It's just, we just want to have and hear some jokes and have a good time. And people on the left, primarily people on the left, they want to destroy all that.
So is it a tough balancing act? Because comedy is one of those things where you can kind of get away with saying a lot. Right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Although we're starting to diminish, but you can say a lot. And then politics, you can't say fuck all. Right. So you guys mesh the two, which is that a tough balance?
No, just fuck it.
Yeah. Just not give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah. I love that.
I don't give a
fuck.
Yeah.
He knows. Well, they both know. I'll say anything.
Yeah. Life's too short to be second guessing yourself and judging yourself 24/7. I'm never going to do that again.
Well, when you say you don't give a fuck, that we all have feelings, right?
Right.
What we're saying is, it's like we all, when you have something of passion that you'll stand up for or stand up for somebody. You know what I mean? Again, none of us in this room are racist. None of us are prejudiced. None of us are anti.
But you know what? Nowadays, people saying that you're racist, but you don't know it.
Yeah.
Because you're white and you can't. They're saying nowadays you're so privileged and naive to your white greatness that you can't view how racist you are.
You
I'm
guys have caused some problems for me at this fucking gym. You two. Yeah. So
it's easy for us to say we're not racist, but these nuts on the left think everybody's fucking racist.
Well, you two, as you knew last week, we asked 2 people to leave, and they were like, "Well, the fucking Hodge Twins are still training." And I was like, yeah, well, they're kind of VIPs, and we shut the gym down. Oh, just because I'm not a celebrity, I can't stay. And what else did they say? It's like you're, what they say? It's like you're selectively racist. That's what my Mexican general manager was said.
But I've seen other black celebrities in here, football players that you let come in here.
Yeah,
So,
but on the VIP time, this guy
VIP,
was trying to get under my skin, which, you know, obviously they see me and they see the, you know, the approachable flex, but then they got to see the other side. Don't you dare push them buttons, my friend. The line is fucking stepped over now. Get the fuck out of my gym.
Yeah.
Your ginger came out.
Yeah, there's
don't fuck around.
yeah. It's just they was using their race car to see if it would work, you know.
Yeah, man.
That's the only thing they were doing. Let me pull the race car, see if I can stay. Because that guy, when you kicked him out, he was asking us to go to dinner with him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy and all, but I was like,
No, this is a different guy.
I think it was that white guy.
Yeah.
Because the Cuban guy that works, he's a little tyrant in this video. When it's time to close his damn gym down, he comes up and you can tell by the look on his face. It's like, dude, I shouldn't even be opening my fucking mouth right now. Why are you still here? He doesn't say,
Alex.
yeah, he
Shout
doesn't
out,
say
Alex.
get out of the gym closed. He just looks at him. Dude, why are you here? you know the fucking rules. Why do I have to even come over and look at you?
Because
You're
these guys-
fucking pissing me off.
These guys have been told several times in the
Yeah,
past, and they
yeah.
still think that they can, you know.
Yeah.
But again, listen, I don't want to all.
It doesn't happen that often.
No. This is like an
Oh,
isolated
when it happened,
incident.
it fucking happened.
Yeah. It's like
It gets handled.
You know, it gets But we have like one or two people that kind of, you know, push the buttons of my staff. But everybody signs up.
I appreciate you giving us VIP tickets.
Yeah. But yeah. So again, listen, guys. You know, we just wanted to get you on this podcast. Peel back the layers of the Hodge Twins. I think everybody who's been watching this right now has got to really see, you know, the other side. You know, I for one have learned some stories about you. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
I want to ask one question before we go.
Absolutely.
If you had one piece of advice to give either your younger self or someone right now, what would it be?
Take advantage of all the opportunities that are presented to you. I think everybody understands, you know, if they had another chance to do something over, they would. Like if I could go back in time and like concentrate on my education when I was younger, I would have did it. There's so many things, even though I'm successful now, there's so many things I would have done differently if I had a chance. And I think everybody can say that.
Yeah. Right.
So take advantage of your youth, take advantage of all your chances, your opportunities, and just know life's not easy for anyone. Life is nothing like a workout. When you see a bodybuilder, that's what life is. It's just in the form of a bodybuilder. You see that bodybuilder, he's put all his hard work into it. He's trained hard. He ate right, and that's why his body looks like that. That's what life's all about. If you work on yourself, you will have a successful life. If you victimize yourself and don't work hard, then your life will suck and you'll be a Democrat. So that's how life works.
What about you?
And a lot of people think people that are successful that they've been given that
Yeah.
because of their skin or who they know. That may be true in some certain circumstances, but it doesn't matter what other people start out with. Like we start out with nothing. A lot of people start off way ahead of us, and I've surpassed them. I've lapped them 365 times.
Right.
It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. Some people are going to have a head start over you. Some people going to have way more opportunity than you, but it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. Just take advantage of every opportunity that you get. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing or what they get.
Yeah, but that's life. Life's not fair.
Yeah.
Stop thinking the Democrats are going to make it fair for you. You fucking sorry piece of shit. Your life sucks because you ain't shit. Stop being ain't shit. Work on yourself and your life would turn around. When I wasn't shit, it was because of me. It was nobody else's fault. It was my fault.
Yeah. And I would say your favorite politician is not going to give you the American dream. You have to work for it. I like Trump, but I know he's not going to give me reparations. I know he's not going to give me a job. I know he's not going to give me a good retirement plan because he's a politician. He's there for one reason only, to get votes. The reason why I vote for him is because I like what he stands for. I like for, Second Amendment, freedom of speech. He's pro-life. A lot of people might disagree with that. But the main reason why I vote Republican is because it's not because I want something. It's because I want these motherfuckers to stay out of my life. That's the only reason why I vote. Not because he's white, not because I think he's going to give me something or he's going to make my life easier. I vote for him because I want them to protect my freedoms and to stay out of my life. That's the only reason why I vote. And that's one of the reasons why we came out as conservatives, because we want to show blacks you don't have to think a certain way I mean, I've been trolling black people the last 3 years. If you're a fucking real king or a queen, you won't sit on your fucking ass and wait for somebody to give you something. You will go out and you would earn it. These politicians is promising you reparations and all this bullshit. They only mention these things right when election time comes around, and your dumb black ass fall for it every election cycle. So if you want to be a dumb, poor black motherfucker, continue to do so. But don't call me a sellout, or don't even put me in a bad light just because you don't agree with my politics. I know what the fuck I'm doing, and it's working just fine for me. So that's all I want to say to these niggas.
On that note, you want to sign us out?
Just got trolled again, niggas.
Oh, jeez. Well, listen, guys. You know, it's for me, it's been a very fun podcast. As I was saying earlier, but thank you for that question, Ali. Yeah. Is there anything else, Doug, before I sign us off? Is there anything you want to ask these guys before we rock and roll?
I think he's ready to get sucked off.
Oh, shit. we start and we end with this.
Yep, it's time to get sucked off.
Well, I'll say this, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And
you.
It's an absolute pleasure, as I said in the beginning of this, to have you at the gym. You bring a lot to the dynamic. You bring a lot to all our members. So personally, from myself and my wife, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you from me.
Yeah, thank you.
And from Doug, thank you from him. But with everything you guys have got going on, good luck.
Yes, good luck with your tour.
Have a good tour, guys.
Yeah, you are self-made. I think that, coming from somebody who's come from, pretty much not like, we all have our own stories, right? I'm self-made. I came to this country, and again, we all have a story. Doug has his story. My wife has her story too. You certainly have your story. And again, you're continuing to create more stories, new chapters, and the book is getting bigger and bigger. And I, for one, I can't wait to read that autobiography whenever it gets released in the future. A little plug there for you guys if you haven't even started it. But as I said, thank you for joining us. This has been a great episode 3.
Yes.
Sign us off. Do what the fuck you want.
Yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Episode 3, out.